right, so I'm going to help you with problems 1, 2, and 3. All right, let's take a look at number 1. We've seen this before where there's a fraction minus a fraction in our notes. Okay, if you go back to our notes page, but that's the reason I made you title them. Okay, we saw it on problem 9, a fraction minus a fraction. Okay, there's 2 ways of doing this. You can get a common denominator or you can rewrite first. I'm going to choose the rewrite method. Doesn't mean I'm right, it's just a way, okay? So if we choose to rewrite it, then I'm going to say secant is 1 over cosine of theta divided by, and I'm going to use a big fat division bar, cosine of theta over 1, or cosine of x over 1. It doesn't matter what you use. Minus tangent, which is what? Right, y over x. So sine over cosine. Divided by cotangent is the reciprocal of that. X over y. Cosine over sine. What did I tell you to do with them next? Do you remember? Yeah. These giant complex fractions, right? They're messy and gross. Clean this one up and then clean this one up. How do I clean it up? I flip. So this is cosine of theta over 1, which is cosine over what?
But if you flip it, wouldn't it be 1?
Did I not flip it? Thank you. I knew something looked wrong. Thanks for your help, guys.
Well, that's also good.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, I didn't get that earlier. I didn't actually flip it. I just said to flip it. I'm sorry. So let's do 1 over cosine. Is that better? Thank you. So now I get 1 over cosine squared. I'm going to flip the second one. Sine of theta over cosine of theta. Like I said, this is not the only way to do it. And I get sine squared over cosine squared. What kind of problem is this? And so what kind? What do you see in the middle? So what do I need to do when it's a subtraction problem? Does it already have a common denominator? It does, doesn't it? So transfer it over. So what's the 1 going to do? Slide over. What's the sign going to, these match, so what's the sign going to do? Slide over. Can I see anything yet? What is 1 minus sine? What is this top? You'll start to recognize the tricks? Okay, so this is actually cosine squared of theta. What does that become now? What's this become? 1. Now listen to me, okay? You need to be sure you're doing every problem. Come to project, you're allowed to use your notes, and if you don't have these things done, you're not going to have any help. Okay? Go to number 2. Right, before I would start writing everything over, what do we always want to look for? Shortcuts, right? Okay, there's nothing multiplied together. So on my picture, on my formula chart, all the little multiply together tricks come from right here. Well, there's nothing, this is all add and subtract. Where does adding squares come into play at? The bottom. Adding squares comes into play here. Sine and cosine, cosecant and cotangent, secant and tangent. Do y'all see a shortcut? Yeah, do you see one? Yeah. You know, I did this problem the other day and I didn't look for a shortcut and I rewrote everything. Okay? You've got to look for shortcuts first. So, what's the shortcut? This. What is this actually? 1. Write yourself a good note there. That's 1. Now it's 1 plus cotangent. Right. 1 plus cotangent is cosecant. Y'all seeing it a little better? Last one, number 3. Look at it. You haven't tried it yet, so Think about it for a second. Where you would start. This one's really messy. Okay, you ready? Write really little. This is a binomial times a what? A binomial. Are they conjugates? Do y'all remember talking about those? Yeah? Okay. Hey, remember me talking about it? Okay, at least you remember. The reason I'm bringing it up is because it's going to happen again. I want y'all to remember it. Look at 5 from your notes. Remember when we had conjugates exactly the same with different sign? You just multiply the firsts and the lasts. Remember that? But they're not conjugates.
It's not like the one in the second parenthesis. You change it to 1.
Yeah.
Oh, good question. I'm so glad you brought that up. She said, "Can I change this one? Why can't we?"
It's not square.
It's not square. Thank you for saying that, Emily. Shh, listen. Okay, I can't do it because it's not squared. You can use the top of your formula chart both ways. The bottom only works if they are what? Squared. Okay. So then the only thing to do is just let's FOIL. You ready? Start way over here so you have lots of room. So 1 times cosecant is cosecant theta. 1 minus cotangent will be negative cotangent theta. Now go this way. Plus a cosine of theta times a cosecant theta. It's a bad C, sorry. And my last step would be minus a cosine theta cotangent theta. Okay, I see lots of words multiplied together. Is there anything that turns into anything easy? No, lots of words multiplied together. But any shortcuts? In other words, what I'm meaning by that is right here. There's 2 words right here multiplied together. Do they make 1? No. Do these make 1? No. They don't. Okay? So, now then what do we do first? The minus, the plus, the times, or the times? Good job. Let's take care of this first. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this other stuff. I'm going to say, well, let's just do this. Okay. Cosine of theta over 1 times 1 over secant of theta minus cosine of theta over 1 times, what's cotangent? Not y over x, but x over y. So cosine over sine. And while we're at it, if you wanted to rewrite these 2, we can also. This is cosine of theta over sine of theta. This is 1 over sine. I rewrote everything.
But after you put the cosine times cosecant, the cosine times 1 over secant.
Oh, it should be 1 over sine. Thanks. Guys, that should be, that cosecant is 1 over sine. My mistake. Probably should have written more straight. Sorry. Okay, so let's clean it up a little. This becomes cosine over sine. So 1 over sine of theta minus cosine of theta over sine of theta plus cosine of theta over sine of theta. My goodness. It's cosine squared of theta over sine of theta. We've earned our money on this problem, haven't we? Oh, but wait, I see something. What do they all have?
They better.
Wait, look at the bottom. Yeah, what's the bottom, guys?
So we just do it again.
Yeah, can I just, yeah, they're all the same. So if I put them all under, here we go, 1 minus, what's going to go together? 1 and then what? What go together? The 1 and the, I'll put that together. Plus 2 cosine theta, right? It's not. It's not one word. Okay. Now, where do you see something we can use?
1 minus
Oh, my sign is wrong. No. Be nice. Yeah. Wait. Shh. Yeah. I see something. Hang on. Go back. Nobody's perfect. Go down. No. Okay. Look. What happens here? Let's backtrack a little. Erase what's on here. Okay. Yeah. Erase what's on top. Thank you for being patient with me. Okay. Do y'all agree with me that they all have sign? I just accidentally made 2. What should they have done? Yeah. Okay, do y'all agree that they all have the same denominator? Do you agree? Okay, so let me try again without brushing. So I'm going to have a 1, a minus, what's this? Cosine theta plus cosine theta minus cosine squared theta. What did I accidentally do wrong? I forgot my minus, right? Thank you, yeah. So what did these two actually do to each other? They go away. They kill each other, yeah. So now I'm at 1 minus cosine squared of theta over sine squared of theta. Sine theta. What is 1 minus cosine squared of theta? Sine squared. So 1 cancels with 1, and what's the answer? Yay! Sorry that took you on a crazy detour.
That was fun.